This time at the Quick Speed Shop, it's Vandamonium. I'm a professional, don't try this at home. So over here I got my 1998 Ford Econoline E-150. This thing's got a blown head gasket. It started getting rusty. It needs brakes. It's going to the junkyard. But over here, I got a new van. This is a 1988 Ford Econoline E-150. I've just bought this off Craigslist. Facebook Marketplace hasn't killed everything yet. You can still find stuff on Craigslist. Check this out. This is a about 98% rust-free Ford Econoline E-150 van, and it's got some special features. We'll check them out right now. Here, see this gap between the frame and the body? This van has a 3-inch body lift. You can see it right there is a body lift right there, body lift block. You can see how the rear bumper doesn't quite fit the body because the body is higher from the frame. But here we go. We got a little Jesus fish there under the Ford logo. Check this sucker out. Got some aluminum mag wheels on there. This thing is mint though. Look at the lower section of the rockers here. You can't find these vans. I've been looking for almost a year to find one around here. I got a little blister right here, not a big deal. Why this thing has the body lift? There's a box that they built here for the seat to raise up and down. And it's got a servo motor. Where is it? Way back there. Bam, up in there. That raises and lowers this panel. Check that out when I set it down. But that's why the body lift is on there currently at this time. But the frame is in pretty nice shape. This thing is about as rust-free as I can find in Western New York. I got to take it and I got to push it back onto the dovetail or beaver tail, whatever that is. Beaver tail, I think. And then I can put the winch on it right now. The van's got no brake pedal that works. I'll show you why in a minute. So I got it strapped up in the back. I'm just going to roll it back a little bit and see if you can give her a go. Yeah, come on. Oh, man. Yeah, right. Come on. Come on. Man, this thing's heavy. Okay. Brakes are a little grabby from sitting for a while. Whew. There we go. Alright, so I finally got the sucker pushed over here by the garage, and if you notice, can you see it? Yes, you can. Down here, the valance panel is missing. Apparently they're pushing it around and they smashed into it, kind of nicked the radiator with something. So that's missing, but Always pays to have a bunch of stuff. I happen to have an 82 van box truck out back I'm using for a shed, and it just happened to have a valance panel in the front of it. Cha-ching! Score! So the panel was baby blue, and I made a little bit of gray paint. I took some silver and dusted it on here, and I dusted on some flat black over it, and I made some gray that kind of matches. Now this thing's all rotted and twisted and banged up, but when we put it on here, bam, it's going to make it look 100 times better sitting here in the driveway. So I'm going to pop the grill out, and we're going to hang that on the front of this right quick. There's 2 screws down here on the bottom, and then there's a bunch of plastic plugs up top. And then this grill is like mint condition, so I don't want to break it. But it should come right out of here, hopefully in a second. Grill is absolutely mint, so I don't want to break it. I'll set this aside over here in a non-breakable zone. So here you can see the front of the van. Got the radiator. My other van had some core support rods here, but apparently this one doesn't get those. You can see you got a little bit of rot over here on the core support here, and a little bit over there. That'll be an easy fix. Got our air intake. So anyways, this valance panel should fit right in here. Bam, look at that. That's 1,000 times better. It kind of matches the gray paint. At least it's not Robin Egg blue or baby blue under there. But you can see from the cutout to the bumper, they can really tell the 3-inch body lift. But at least it looks like it's complete now, and when it's going to sit in my driveway, it won't look odd, and people drive by and be like, "What's wrong with that van?" So now we got a valance panel installed temporarily. I'll go to the junkyard and I'll find a nicer one to put on here. But in the meantime, we're back in business. Now, holy cow, what do we got here? We got a completely paraplegic wheelchair van setup going on. Built, look at this custom power control panel, all these switches. Now the ignition is not on right now, but I got a battery hooked up. I think this column, this is how, there was another attachment up here where the guy could steer it with his wrist, but I can steer it with this tiny little dinky steering wheel just now. But this is stuck on some kind of column. There's actuator motors. Check this out. I think I can tilt this. Look at that. That's so you can tilt the column all the way when you're cutting into your wheelchair here. And then over here I'm going to turn the ignition on to turn the power on to most of the stuff. Let's see. Yep, there we go. So we got ignition. So what do I got here? I've got driver's side power window. Aha! I got passenger side power window over here. Also, I got radio, and the gear shift's not hooked up. There's a temporary B&M speed shifter hooked up now. That's good. It'll turn over. Ready? Here we go. Oh, she tried to fire. The column, there used to be a wheelchair lift. That's gone. The power, there used to be a slide, used to be power door. That's gone. But now I'll show you the power pan. Down here, let me tip down. The seat pan is adjustable for wheelchair action. Let me see if I can operate it. Let's see. Here we go. Look at that. That's adjust ride height. You can go down, and when you want to roll out and get out of the van, you take her back up. Just like that. Now, obviously, if you're in a wheelchair and are like a paraplegic and can barely move your arms and stuff, you would need all these controls here. My thought was trying to eliminate all this and go back. I've got on my parts truck, I've got the correct steering column. I can hook the brake pedal back up, get all that functional, put a column back in. The dash, which you can't see over here, is a part that goes back together. But they've really done a number here. I mean, this wiring harness is about 1.5 inches thick that powers all this. and they've really butchered into the wiring harness, so I'm a little nervous about unwiring all this action to get it back to stock application. What I might do, because I kind of like the toggle switches to the windows and everything, I might do is take this unit off the stock and mount it over here on the dash, or near the dash, kind of go in my Boogie van feel, and have all my custom switches, you know, hit the switches for my Boogie van action. I might just leave a lot of this intact. I mean, it's got wood grain on it and everything. It's got like the print tape-o-matic stick-on deals. This thing is super old school. I kind of feel like I'm like Michael Knight and Kit. I don't know what we call this van. I wouldn't really call it Kit. Maybe we call it like Bertha or something like that. But anyways, it'd be super cool to have this like control panel over here. So I'm thinking on that. I definitely got to get rid of the bogus steering column and all that stuff. So I'll be yanking that out first. There's a ton of hydraulic servos and crap under the hood that ran like the brakes and the parking brake and a bunch of stuff like that. I'm going to yank all that out. Take all the mechanicals back to stock. There's like a vacuum modulator down here on the engine, and actually they had a big vacuum pump. The bird up there is angry. Be quiet, I'm filming. Stop beeping up there, I can hear you. Hey, you listened. So I'm going to take all the vacuum crap off the engine and get the mechanicals all back to stock. And then I'm also going to cut the seat pan out, even though that's super cool. That is why the 3-inch body lift is on here, because that pan goes down where the frame rail would be. So I'm going to eliminate all that, cut the floor, the box out of the floor, so I can set this thing back down on the frame where it's supposed to be. So we're going to eliminate all that action. Back here on the slider door back here, which you can't see, the actuator for that's already gone. So that just works regular now. Here in the back of the van we got the remnants of what used to be. There's still carpet glued down. The previous owner, there must have been carpet glued all the way around the inside. He got all that out, ripped it all out. There's no headliner, so this thing is kind of how I wanted it, because I want to build my own custom interior. So it's good that this whole thing is demoed out. That's what one of the things attracted me to it. But I'm in the driver's seat, which had rollers on it that would have gone down in that pan, so you could slide the seat back and forth somehow, or slide it right out of the way for the wheelchair. I'm not exactly sure how it worked. But it's got the mint original low back buckets. They're both in really nice shape in gray vinyl. And from the white van, I saved a gray vinyl rear seat, so I'll have a second seat I can put in here. So I'll have kind of like matching gray vinyl interior for now. But the thing is pretty mint. I'm going to try to get this old carpet out of here. It's probably glued to a piece of plywood. I'm going to get that out, get this whole thing down, strip down the bare action. But it's pretty much a blank slate, ready to go do like a custom 70s van. It's got the windows, which I didn't really want a window van, but like a shorty panel van, which is what I really wanted, are super hard to find. Most of them are out west, like in California, and I didn't want to buy one for the long dollars and ship it all the way back here. I've been looking for over a year. This is the only van I could find that wasn't a complete piece of junk. So I'm going to make some concessions. I might pop these rear windows out and fabricate steel panels and panel off the back two windows. I'm definitely going to get louvers for these back windows here on the doors, but pretty much going to trick it right out like a 70s Boogie van. So pretty much like the title said, it's Vandamonium here. We got a new van, we got an old van over here headed to the scrapyard. So right now I'm just going to tinker with this thing on and off in my spare time, try to get it running. I think there's a fuel pump issue. This is a fuel injected 302. I think it has 2 fuel pumps, and the guy said he didn't have power to one. I got to investigate what's going on with that. We're going to backdate this thing back to about 1977, 1978, do a custom grill. Going to do some mag wheels, do some side pipes, some louvers, some kind of graphics eventually. Probably like a shag interior with some wood paneling accents and all that. It's going to be another parts hauling van. I can go to Hershey in this and boogie on out when I want to get my boogie on. So I think it's going to be pretty awesome. Oh, wait a minute. I got one more thing. Hold on. They got the original 1988 spare up here on the right front. That's no good. That's a plain 15x6 Kelsey Hayes Ford wheel. That's no good. But luckily, about 6 years ago, I parted out a 84-ish Dodge Ram Charger. Hold on. Look at this. Bam! Vector mags in stock, ready to go on the Boogie van. All right, bam, check that out. How does that look? Looks way better than those American Racing like 90s mags. This thing puts us right in style. I get some shorter, fatter rubber on here all the way around. Get some fender flares with an air dam. This will really have the 70s look. Some chrome Patriot side pipes hanging out. we'll have her dialed right in, Boogie van style, engaged. So I'm going to park this for now, but very soon I'm going to get working on it, at least tinkering on it here and there, and be like a side project, but I'm kind of excited. I've been looking for a year, like I said, to find one of these, and I think this is a good deal. I can't remember if I told you what I paid, but I paid $1,200 for this thing, and I think that's a pretty good deal, especially now you can't find them in New York State. So that's it. Part 1 of the Boogie van build action. So hopefully this will be a pretty cool build series when I get to it. Hold on, the birds are fighting. So thanks for watching. Please subscribe. I'm putting out new videos every Wednesday and Saturday. Hit the bell for alerts, tell your friends, and we'll see you right back here at the Quick Speed Shop going old school vanning.